In this lesson, we look at an extension that allows website visitors to comment on your articles. For many beginners, the thought of this sounds crazy. You mean you're going to allow anyone to add content to your pages? But that means that they could say all sorts of awful things about me. Well, yes, that's true, but it also means people can say nice things about you. The term Web 2.0 is vaguely used to describe websites that have some form of user engagement. I encourage you to embrace this, as it helps you get fast feedback from your audience and can help build an online community. In any case, I'm going to show you how to set this up so no comments are published until you approve them. The extension is called Commento, and you might recall that this was installed during the setup. But I disabled it so it wouldn't complicate things. Now it's time to enable it again as follows. Navigate to Components, Commento, Integrations. Step 2, click Joomla Article. Step 3, change Enable Comments to Yes. And step 4, click Save. Now, instead of the blog or featured pages looking like this, they look like this. Clicking the Read More link still shows the full article, but underneath is a comments box. I'll come to how it works in a moment, but first there's a little bit of configuration required. The extension has a lot of settings, which provides a lot of control about how it looks and functions. I'll take you through 6 options that I think should be configured to get it working sensibly. Just keep in mind that the developer of this extension tends to frequently add features, and therefore your version might look a little different to my version. By default, Commento is active on all Joomla articles. However, you can filter this to only appear with articles in specified categories, as follows. Navigate to Components, Commento, Integrations, Joomla Article. In the left column, check that you're on the first page, Workflow. And we're up to step 3. Under the Categories heading, change Commento Assignment to On Selected Categories. Step 4. In the Selected Categories box, select the appropriate categories. Step 5. Click Save. In this case, I've chosen to only allow commenting on blog articles. This is the comment form on the front end. Once comments have been added, they appear beneath this form. That might make sense on a page that already has a lot of comments, as it doesn't require the visitor to wade through all the comments in order to add their own. However, on newer or smaller sites, the existing comments can easily get lost. There is an option to display the comments form beneath the existing comments, which is at Layout, Comment Form, Set Form Position, After Comment List. By default, Commento displays recent comments underneath the intro text on the category blog and featured pages. You can't see any now because I haven't added any comments yet. I find this a bit strange, and if you do too, disable this feature at Layout, Front Page, and set Show Comment Preview to No. One of the most common sources of website spam are bots posting in comments. So as much as I hate capture, it really does need to be enabled. Commento can use either the popular reCAPTCHA service or it has its own built-in option, which is what I'll use. It's enabled by going to anti-spam, and in the right column set enable capture to yes. Although capture will prevent automated submissions, you still have to deal with comments that are inappropriate. So it's best to moderate new comments from anyone you don't know. This means when a comment is submitted, it gets saved to the database, but it's not published to the website until you approve it. The settings to look for are at Workflow, and in the right column look for Moderation. Ensure Enable Moderation is set to yes, and in the Requires Moderation box, select Guest and Registered. Both Joomla and Commento have a flexible permissions system. It's an advanced topic, and as such not something covered in this course. There is, however, one feature that is disabled by default that I'd be inclined to activate. By default, guests cannot reply to a comment, which I find unhelpful. As comments have been set to moderated, I think it's okay to allow a guest to reply to a comment. A lot of people hate the idea of having to create an account, and like I said, none of those features are covered in this course. So, if you'd like to allow this function for guests, go to Components, Commento, ACL, click Joomla Article, then click Guest, and set Reply Comments to yes. Remember to save. Note that this setting only affects guest users, as indicated by the guest option in the left column. If you do have an understanding of Joomla groups, you can adjust these settings for each group by changing the selection here and making the appropriate changes. Now Commento has been configured, it's time to have a look at how it works. The workflow is that someone leaves a comment, which is set to pending. An email is sent to you, you approve the comment, and the comment then appears on the website. Let's look at each step. Anyone arriving on the site can register for a website account, which forms part of the Joomla user function, and as I've said, I don't cover those features here. If someone happens to use this, that's okay, as Joomla takes care of everything. Visitors to the site are far more likely to leave a comment as what's known as a guest, which just means they enter their name and don't have to approve an account. So I'll pretend to be a guest and enter my name. A comment. The captcha, and click Submit Comment. The comment is saved but does not yet appear on the site. As the main user of the site, you will receive an email notification advising you that a comment has been received. You can view pending comments by going to Components, Commento, Pendings. All unapproved comments are listed here, and you can quickly check each one and then either click this icon or check each box and click Publish in the Actions toolbar. If necessary, you can also edit the comments. In addition to leaving a comment, you or your visitors can comment on a comment. Just click the reply link at the bottom of the comment and complete the form as normal. You'll get a notification email as before, and you have to approve the comment. The reply is indented beneath the original comment. Despite my enthusiasm for user engagement, I will throw in a quick warning. I am not a lawyer, so the following needs to be taken as general advice. Of course, laws vary from country to country, but from what I've seen, both the commenter and the website owner can be held responsible for comments published on a website. Being convicted of whatever you call it in your country, defamation, slander or libel, can ruin an organisation. So, tread carefully before you post or approve a comment and seek your own legal advice. I hope this doesn't stop you, but you should at least keep this issue in mind. This completes the comments lesson.